We officially have a 5-year-old. Today is Trumpet's 5th birthday. I can't believe he's 5.
I know. It's actually crazy to believe how fast time has gone. I honestly can't believe. I still remember when he was just a little puppy and we first brought him home.
Yeah, and he pooped in your car.
He pooped on my car the
Yeah.
first day we got him, like when we picked him up, like on the way home, because we didn't pick him up in Sudbury where we lived at the time.
Yeah.
We picked him up just outside of Toronto. So we went for a road trip.
Yeah. It was almost like in a farm-ish area.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was him and his brothers that was left, and we chose Trumpet.
Well, he chose us actually.
Yes.
Yeah, we stood like a distance away, and he was the only one who ran to us. So it was Trumpet.
It was meant to be.
He chose us. And he's been very, very good for the most part. He has his
eating our
days.
socks and eating the toilet paper and
He has his days.
yeah.
But for the most part, he's a very, very good boy.
I can't believe he's 5. I really can't. Like, I kind of cried this week because I was like, where did the 5 years go? I wonder if that's how people with kids feel when their kids turn.
Well, yeah, you hear it all the time. As their kids start growing up, they're like, where'd the time go? Like, how are you already going to school? How are you already now in high school? You know, like as those different milestones come about, they look back and you're like, how did this
Yeah.
happen?
Because it's like when they get older, you also get older, right?
Yep.
So it's not like just you start, your time freezes, which sometimes it does feel like that,
Yeah.
right? But no.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gave him a bath. From the dog park. His fur feels very nice and soft. His ears are fluffy. And on our walk this morning, we got stopped by a police officer and he asked us if Trumpet was a Cocker Spaniel.
Hold on. We didn't get stopped by a police officer.
Okay, you're
They
right.
were pulling up to some house. I don't know what they were doing.
Coppin' undercover cop.
But Trumpet basically distracted him from his job.
Yeah.
And he had to come and talk to us and ask about Trumpet. So he didn't stop us.
Yeah.
Just to clear that up.
But he stopped doing his job to ask us, is that an American Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah.
And it's like funny because a lot of people who do ask us what breed he is,
They don't know. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of people don't even know he's a Cocker Spaniel.
yeah.
Right.
And we say, oh, Cocker Spaniel. Or they say, oh, is that a Cocker Spaniel? But that's the first time I've ever heard anyone specifically say, is that an American Cocker Spaniel?
Yeah.
Now, we are actually on the fence of, is he an English or an American? Because when we first got him, on the paper actually says American. But then when I'm looking at other dogs, some people are saying, oh, he's an English Cocker Spaniel. But to be honest, I think he's a mixture of English and American because
We never saw the father.
Yeah.
We only saw pictures of the mother. And they were already pulled away from the mother at the point where we ended up picking him up.
can you believe that's so sad that we actually take them from their mom?
Yeah, no, but he doesn't know any different now, right? He was only 8 weeks old at the time. And like, we're his parents now.
Yeah.
Like that's all he knows. So like, and that's one thing I don't understand, how people can like give up their dogs at certain points.
Well, I think it just really depends maybe on what they're going through, like a hardship financially, and they're thinking that
Yeah, I know, but
maybe
would
it's
you-
better off that if I give the thing that I love the most off to somebody that
That
I
can
know that
take
has,
care of it.
yeah, and give you the land. Because
Yeah.
there's a point where when we had Trumpet, I was thinking about rehoming him because I was like, I don't have the land to give to him. Like I didn't have a bigger house. We were living in a basement apartment and it was dark down there. The only land that we had was a very, very small piece of
Yeah.
backyard that we had. And the lady that was also renting in the front of the house, she didn't want us to, let him loose out in the backyard.
Because she
But
had her little garden there and she was
but her
afraid.
garden was kind of garden off, like in the garden off, but it was like guarded. Like
Yes.
she put like little gates so that
Yeah.
Trumpet wouldn't get him back. She still didn't want us back out
The
there.
squirrels would still get in though.
Yeah. Like she thought Trumpet was gonna eat the food in the garden, but it was actually the squirrels that that actually ended up taking a bite of her tomatoes and then putting it back because the tomatoes that she grew, the squirrels didn't like.
Yep.
And it was actually hilarious. But anyways, yeah. So there was a point where I thought, maybe I'm not good enough to take care of Trumpet. Like I'm not good enough to take care of a dog because I don't have the lifestyle which I would love to give to Trumpet.
Yeah.
Or at that time, But I was like, I think, like you said, I think I'd rather stay with me. And it kind of just motivated me to try to give him as much as possible.
Yeah.
So because we didn't have that backyard, we found dog parks, and every day after work I would take him to the dog park so that he could exercise, and we try to spend as much time as possible outside so he got that sun. And yeah.
Yeah, I guess you figure it out, right? Even though it's like you don't think you're doing everything you can,
Yeah.
or you want to do more. At the end of the day, you do figure it out, and you do enough, I guess.
Yeah.
In a sense, I don't know how else to explain that, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of like having kids, right? Like you're scared to do it at first, right? But when it happens, you just figure it out.
Yeah. Because
Right.
remember, we were lost. We were asking every Tom,
Yep.
Dick, and Harry out there, what the hell do we do with the dog?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you can read as many books as you want. But when it comes down to actually doing it, like, we were just lost.
Honestly, Trumpet trained us.
Yeah.
He literally trained us. He knew exactly when he needed to go to the washroom. He would stare at us at the bottom of the stairs because, like Amelia said, we lived in a basement apartment, so we had to go up the stairs to get outside. He would literally, he couldn't climb up the stairs at this point. He was
That's how
still
small
too
he
young.
was, yeah.
He was still too young, but he would sit at the bottom of the stairs, turn his head, and be like, "Okay, guys, I gotta go."
Yeah.
And he literally trained us.
And then one thing I love about having Trumpet, well, just a dog in general, I love the routine that he put me on. The routine, yeah. I
Just getting up early and forcing you almost to get up early.
yeah. Like I remember at the start, it was the hardest thing. Like we used to argue a lot about who was gonna get up at 5 a.m. to take him outside, and it was like, no, I'm so tired. You do it, no, you do it. But now, like wake him at 5, I ain't got no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But we got kind of into a routine. Like you do the morning shift. Morning shift.
sometimes.
And I do like before bed sort of thing, right? So you'll get up, like we'll both get up in the morning, but like you take him outside in the morning, I take him outside at night.
Yeah.
And I remember like when he was a puppy, man, because we lived in this small apartment, and at this point he was still very young. We didn't really go to dog parks.
Yeah, this is the start of getting
Yeah,
a
like
dog,
the very start. So I would take him out at night, and like he was very good. We didn't have to put him on a leash or anything to bring him outside. He would stay in the yard. But man, this guy would literally do laps at 2 a.m. in the morning, 12 a.m. in the morning. Whatever time I brought him out, he would get outside and he'd do laps like around the backyard, around the cars. He would just be running around like crazy.
because we didn't burn off that energy
Yeah.
as much, like how we should have
Yeah.
been able to burn off the energy for
And
it.
then finally we go inside. He'd finally calm down. He'd go to the washroom, and then we go inside, and he'd just crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah, life is really just a learning experience. Like you just learn as you go. No one knows what the hell they're doing.
no, it's true.
Yeah, that's something I figured out. No one knows. It's just once you find something that works, Now you got the answers for what works for you, and
Yep.
and then you just learn. You just gotta learn as you go. Honestly,
Yeah, it's true. You literally just learn as you go and just do the best that you can do. Right?
but anyways, welcome back to this Thing of Ours podcast
Where we talk about all of life's highs and lows.
and everything in between. Happy Sunday! How has your week been? Tell us something good. Tell me something good. You're not gonna sing your last part.
What's that?
Tell me that you.
Love me.
Ooh, hey, hey.
Anyway,
So I tried on new shoes. I have them here to show you guys which ones I got. You know more about these shoes actually than I do because you did more of the research. I just happened to try them on.
yeah.
So let me show you the shoes that I got.
So they're the A6 Gel Nimbus 26. So it is the 26th model of the Nimbus shoe that they have. So, yeah, where'd you pick these up from?
Well, we went to the running room. So the running room, I don't know if it's everywhere in North America. I'm not too sure. I've seen them around Canada because they're in Montreal. And I also saw them I'm pretty sure I saw them in Sudbury. And then I saw them here. Never really paid attention to them. I thought they were actually more expensive than, let's say, Sports Check or Foot Locker. But they're actually exactly the same
Yeah,
price.
it's the same price. It's
Yeah.
the only difference is they don't have, I guess,
Lifestyle shoes.
Well, yeah, okay, that too, but quote unquote cheaper or inexpensive. They have like the top notch type shoes.
You think so?
Yeah, they didn't have anything that was like under $150.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go to Sports Check, you can find them under $100
Mm-hmm.
and they're still technically a running shoe. But when you try these on compared to those ones, you see why they're priced at the point they are.
Yeah. So I tried on a lot of shoes. I even wrote down some notes here, just the shoe brands that I tried on. So the first one I tried on was the On shoes. I seen a lot of ads. My dad has On shoes. There's a student right now that's staying with them. He has On shoes. And I tried them on at Sports Check originally, and I liked them. But I tried on the Cloud Monster 2. I found those were pretty high, and they also felt like they had a spring in them. I've never actually noticed I never noticed, like I said in the last vlog, about the difference between a running shoe, like an actual running shoe, and versus just a lifestyle running shoe, I guess, or
Like
just
a casual shoe.
yeah, that you don't technically run in or you just train in. Until I started trying on all these actual running shoes to do races in. But anyways, I tried Saucony. I tried Hoka's. I did buy them. I'll put a picture of what they look like here because I don't think I showed them in the last vlog. And then all those shoes were great. But one thing I've noticed, which I didn't actually notice, was that lady who worked there, she noticed that when I was walking, like right around the ankle, the shoe would flare out.
Yeah.
And then I thought it was completely normal. So I feel like all my life, I've been wearing the wrong shoe.
Yeah, you didn't have that ankle support,
Yeah.
right? So
Because there's so many shoes that I have that when I am walking, like even though it feels like it fits, my toes not touching at the end of the shoe, it's just that ankle flare. But I thought it was completely normal.
yeah, not for a running shoe, I guess. I guess for like just a casual shoe that you just slip on and, go into your car and go to the mall.
Yeah.
Little things like that is fine. But if you are doing an activity where you actually need that support, so your ankle doesn't like fold or whatever, doesn't want to like, because like I know I walk on the outside of my heel. So if I don't have that ankle support, it's going to force me to go that way, right?
Okay, yeah.
But yeah,
I tried on the Hoka's. I also tried on New Balance. Now, the two shoes that I got stuck really between was the Asics and the New Balance. I've never actually worn New Balance, never even thought about New Balance when it came down to running shoes. I thought they were like a lifestyle fashion wear shoe. So I didn't actually pay attention to them until I tried on. I think they were the 880,
Yeah.
880 shoe.
Yeah. New Balance 880. I don't know if you guys can see that.
No, it's too
It's
blurry.
gonna
We'll
zoom
put a
in.
picture on the screen.
Yeah.
But anyways, they were so nice. I really like those. Remember in the last podcast I said that I wear custom made insoles. And they felt very nice inside of the shoe. Like it I tried on the medium
Yeah.
and it was
Like
size 8
medium width.
Yeah.
Medium width.
And my insoles felt nice. Like everything felt nice in that shoe, but it still felt a little bit tight. And then I went to try a wide shoe,
Yeah.
and it felt perfect. Like I was actually gonna go up into size 8.5, but when I did that, you could see that my ankles were like flaring out there. And then the lady's like, "No, that shoe doesn't fit you." I'm like, "Really? It feels like it fits perfectly." And then when she actually put me in a width, but size 8, it was like a whole new ball game. Like I was like, "Oh my gosh." I feel so secure. Like I was ready to walk out the door with these shoes. Like I was sold. Yep. And then she's like, "You know what? You mentioned it first. Yeah, you said try these ones."
So the reason I did that, so I told you guys in the last podcast, I was shopping for my own shoes. Now, when I was doing that, I was looking at Sports Check because I never really heard of this store. You mentioned it a couple times, but
the running shoe. Oh,
the running room?
Yeah, sorry, the running room, yes.
Yeah. So I was just shopping at Sports Check. They did have sales on for certain shoes. So I was just, I was looking there. But when I was there was just a guy that worked there, but he wasn't the one that was helping me. He was just some random guy that came to just do something quickly. And he seen that I was looking at running shoes. And he just points up at these ones now that you bought. He just pointed up at them at the wall, and he's like, "You try those on yet?" I'm like, No, I haven't." He's like, "You got them, man. They're the best shoes you'll ever try on." Or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what he said.
Yeah.
He just said something quick like that, and then he walked away, and I never saw him again. And, I didn't really think anything of it at the time. I was just like, nah, I'm good. They were more than I wanted to spend, so I wasn't even considering them, right? I was trying to find something that was a decent price. So, in a sense, I was trying to be cheap. Let's be honest.
Well, no, you just had a set budget and what you saved up for. You're like, "Hey, I don't want to spend more than this." It's not you're being cheap. It's just that you had a budget in your mind.
Well, yeah, in my mind, yeah, I didn't want to spend more than a certain amount. But yeah. Anyway, because he said that, that kind of just stuck with me. So yesterday when you were trying the different shoes on, I was like, you know what? Just try those on just for fun, just before we go. Because you were literally about to walk out with those New Balance.
Yeah.
You were. So you tried them on, and that was game over.
Yeah. As soon as I put my foot in it with my insole, I was like, "These are it."
Yeah.
I ran around the store a little bit with them, and I'm like, "These are perfect."
Yeah.
And I wear like a thicker sock, and I thought, and it's only after I realized, I said, my socks are pretty thick. So let me try a thinner sock. And then this morning when I was trying on a thinner sock, it actually fits perfectly. Like, honestly, I think when I thought of the running room, I honestly just thought it was just like another Foot Locker. But these people actually, some of them, I can't speak for all running room workers, but the ones that we talked to, they really had background knowledge on shoes. They asked me to walk towards them. They looked at how I was walking. They asked me where I put the most pressure on, where I noticed. They look at your bottom of your shoe to
see where the wear points are.
Yeah.
Like they actually and they have the shoes like on the wall separated by like whether they're just like kind of a neutral shoe, are they a stability shoe, or there was another category too. And then they had like trail running, like they had them all like organized based on different needs for different people, right? So yeah, they kind of analyze you specifically and then try to find you a shoe that is best for you.
Yeah, and she really took her time, the worker, and I actually really appreciate that because I said to her at the end, as I was cashing out with these, I said, "No one has ever helped me like the way you've helped me with shoes before."
Yeah.
Like my foot felt so good in these Asics. I am so happy with them, and I'm really excited to run in them because I told you I was running in my Adidas. They are training shoes because that's all I have. right, at the time. So I was just using what I had.
Yep.
So now that I have these, I'm really excited to try running in them, and
Yep.
I'll let you guys know how they fit. And honestly, there's like a little bump here, or I don't know if you see that.
It's like padding.
Yeah, extra padding right around the ankle. And then there's some shoes that I've ran in where I felt like even though they fit, I can still somewhat feel like the back of my foot is somewhat still coming out of the shoe, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But these ones really hold my
They-
foot in and provide so much support to my ankle, to my knee, like
Yeah, like this little padding here, it's almost just like a little area like this, just at the very top, that'll hug over top of your heel.
yeah.
And it doesn't go all the way down. It's not padding all the way down. It's just that very, very top part of your ankle where it starts to get skinnier
Yeah.
and just kind of hugs that nicely.
It does say carbon footprint in it. So I don't know if that means anything to you guys.
Well, no, they have a carbon plate.
Oh, okay,
On
that's
the
what that
inside.
means. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're constructed. They have the bottom outsole, they have the midsole, they have a carbon plate, and then they have your top.
These guys, I think, are worth every penny so far. I don't want to jump the gun, but I got these in a size 8. They are wide, and one thing I love about them is look at them. They don't look wide.
No.
Like I had to ask the guy 4 times. I said, "Are you sure these are wide?
Yeah.
Are you sure these are wide?" Because they don't look like wide. Like when I was trying on the Hokas, those things look massive.
Yeah.
Like you can tell it's a wide shoe, and that's why a lot of people love them because you get a lot of space, and you want some space. Like you don't want like a tight shoe because when you sweat and you're running for a long period of time, your foot's gonna
feet-
expand,
yeah,
right?
it
It's gonna feel
swells
like too
up.
tight. Yeah, and that's why that guy was saying that the Hoka is a wider shoe that looks like that. But for me, like, I don't know, like I've said in my last podcast, I'm insecure about my feet, my toes, because I have some knee problems, some foot problems, but I really like these. Like they're stylish and they are extremely comfortable. And like when I'm running, like when I was running around the store, it just felt amazing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited to try these on to outside, and I'll let you guys know how they fit. Yeah. Put in there. So yeah, you said you wanted to get a matching pair with me.
Well, yes.
You gonna return yours?
I do really like the ones I got. The ones I mentioned in the last podcast, the Saucony, the Freedom 5 is what they are. I do actually really like them. However, I do want to try these ones side by side. I want to compare them and see. Because I don't know. I did try them on. I tried, like when we were there yesterday, I tried on the Asics, the Nimbus 26. And man, that shoe felt good. It felt very, very good. The way it like rolls, because it has like that carbon plate, so it almost like rolls at the tip, and then it has the extra gel in the heel. Yeah, like honestly, everything about them felt really nice. So I do want to try them side by side, see which ones I prefer, and then I may end up returning these the Saucony that I bought, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. Because another review I was just looking at is about the Saucony. They kind of, people were saying that they're almost like a cross between a running shoe and a training shoe. Yes, you can use them for running, but you can also use them for training too. And I don't know. So maybe I'll keep them because it wouldn't be a bad idea to have 2 sets.
Yeah.
An actual running shoe, and then maybe a set of shoes for if I do plan on going back to the gym, or if I want to do some training here in our workout room where we have our Peloton. If I want to go biking, I can use them. You know, like I can do different things with them rather than just straight running,
Yeah.
right? And then, like your boss was saying, it's always good to have two pairs of running shoes because your body kind of gets used to the one, right? Because they have different like drops, like heel to toe. So like the ones I have right now, they're 4 millimeter drop.
Yeah,
So
these ones
from
are
the
10.
heel, the heel is a little bit higher, and then to the where the toe is, there's a 4 millimeter drop. These ones, the Asics, are an 8 millimeter drop.
Oh, I thought they were 10.
No,
Oh.
they're 10 ounces.
Oh.
They're
Yeah,
10.
that's one thing. They feel a little bit heavier
Yeah.
than my other shoes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I mean, you would end up using different leg muscles, right, between the 4 millimeter drop and the 8 millimeter drop. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to run in both and switch them out from time to time, right?
I don't know, we're
So
not
we'll see.
professionals, you guys, so take everything we say as a grain of salt.
We're learning as we go.
Yeah.
This is all brand new to us, but no, it's been fun so far. Fun little journey, just researching, and it'll be an interesting journey to get to the point where we want to be.
Well, we have until October.
Well, that's what I mean.
Oh.
That's exactly what I mean. Yeah, because I don't know if we mentioned it. Did we mention it in the past?
Yeah, that we're running the half marathon.
Yeah.
Yeah, in October.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. We didn't exercise at all this week though. Like I ended up getting
Yep.
pretty sick. It was Tuesday where after work I actually started coming down with, well, it was actually Tuesday during the day. I started feeling a little bit off. And then right when I was finally done work and I was able to calm down, the whole rush was over. That's when I got like sick and I was like, no, I don't think I can go to work tomorrow. Like I had a migraine behind my eye. It was just terrible. And then I came home and I slept. I didn't work out, didn't do anything. And I was on the soup diet for the last
3 days.
3 days, you guys.
Yep. Soup diet for 3 days. But we made different soups, right? The first day we didn't have like any like canned soup like prepared or anything. We had some vegetable broth in the fridge. So I warmed that up and I put my own vegetables in it. We had a bunch of different vegetables. I just cut them all up and made you a nice soup.
Curtis took care of me, you guys. He made me soup, brought it to the room.
Yep. But then the next day after work, I stopped and got some different soups from the grocery store. And
You had cream of mushroom.
yeah, cream of mushroom. There was one like cauliflower with turmeric. You really enjoyed that one.
Yeah. And they were gluten-free, you guys.
Yeah, gluten free. The cauliflower one, that one was vegan as well, right?
Yeah. But there was a lot. I didn't know this, but there was a lot of sodium.
There is a lot of sodium in pre-made soups, I guess.
And canned
like
food.
canned food in general.
I've never actually paid attention. Like I've been aware of how much sodium there is, but I've
Yeah,
never
like-
actually paid attention.
like,
when
people
I've
always
been
say it, right?
researching. Yeah.
People always say it, and you know it in the back of your mind, but you never really actually looked yourself to see how much.
How much sugar, how much salt that we've been intaking. It's just been interesting because now my brain is everything I eat. I'm like, how much sodium is in this? How much salt? How much sugar
Yeah.
did I just consume today? Like, has it been more than protein?
Yeah. But yeah, no, you like lately, and I think it all started with the Tim Hortons roll up the rim, because you weren't drinking like hot chocolates and things like that.
No, I wasn't.
You stopped drinking them. You'd have one randomly, but then come roll up,
You know,
you got back.
yeah.
You got back into the habit of buying them.
I told you guys I was trying to win that car.
But yeah, you said you think
It was all the sugar that I was taking in from all those hot chocolates and the mochas.
you noticed your skin.
My skin started breaking out a lot more. I wasn't drinking enough water, and then I think that's when my immune system started going down, and then poof, I got sick. And it was actually the Monday, because you were off the Friday, right?
I was off Friday.
Yes, that Friday you bought me a mocha, and then someone at my work also bought me a mocha. So I had two mochas
in the
back
same
to
day.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually I try not to do that because of the amount of sugar that I've had, and that's why right now I sound sick. I don't know if you guys noticed, my voice goes in
You're
and out.
still recovering.
Yeah, but yeah, it was. I think it was that Friday, and then then the Saturday when we were in Montreal, I had another mocha, and then when I was in Sunday when we left, I had another mocha, and then the Monday
Yeah.
I had a mocha, but then the Tuesday I was drinking it and that felt very like off. So I just
You,
had too much sugar and not enough water.
you know what's funny? I don't even think I actually mentioned this to you,
What?
but when I was at work, because I get the notifications from our Nest, our Google Nest, that someone's at the door, right? Or it says like familiar face at the door. And I looked at it because I had a minute. Sometimes I miss them and I don't have time to look, but this time I did. And I seen you just like, so like slowly, you just look so rough, just walking
Thanks.
up to
I
the
looked
door.
rough.
You did. I was like, either she just had a really bad day and she's just over it, or she's sick. I
Yeah.
knew it was one of the two. And then you told me later that you were actually sick.
Yeah. I stayed in bed for those
Yeah.
3 days. I was so sick. I had to obviously take Trumpet outside. The downside of being a pet owner, you still have to go outside.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, man, no one sees you more rough than your neighbors.
That's true. That's very true. I mean, they don't see me very rough.
Well, no,
I
when are
don't.
you ever sick?
Well, that's true. But I mean, I don't really go outside looking scruffy. I don't.
Yeah, you're right. You try to always put yourself together.
Yeah, if I haven't done my hair or like my hair is kind of still messy, I'll put on a hat. I'll like cover it so it doesn't make me look
Yeah.
as messy.
Well, sometimes when I don't feel like washing my hair and my curls are just not behaving, and then I don't know what to do with it, and I'm just like, whatever. This is the look we're going for today. I
Yeah.
put it into a bun, I put it into a pineapple, and that's it. And that's why sometimes I like having my hair in braids because
It's easy.
it's easy and I still feel put together even on my rough days.
Yep.
Right. But, you know,
Yep. But glad you're feeling better.
yeah, I feel much better. But I'd probably feel better if I could find a family doctor here in Ottawa. That would make me feel very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not going good.
No, it's not.
It's been over 2 years, still nothing.
Yeah, still no family doctor. We did sign up for like this government thing where they will help you find a family doctor, but let's just say we've been on this list since 2022. January, when we first moved here, is when I first signed up for it.
Crazy.
And it's literally impossible to find one. And I've asked around, oh, do you have a family doctor? They, the people that I've met, they say yes. They gave me their number. They say, I contact the clinic. Well, we're not taking any more family doctor. I mean, we're not taking any more patients. So, yeah, It's almost impossible. But other than that, things I think are okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel unhealthy. Like, having a family doctor would be nice. But at the same time, I don't feel like I have anything really wrong. But I guess you never know,
Yeah.
right? There could be underlying things that you don't feel yet, right? You don't know unless you go check, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that's our sign to you that if you haven't gotten a physical done or any blood work done, get one done. Because we are trying to find a family doctor and we're in the process of trying to get one.
yeah,
And don't tell me you can go to the emergency room. Because like I said, if you listen to a couple podcasts ago, I mentioned about going to the emergency room and when the doctors were like, you're only supposed to be here if you're dying. And that was it. And at that time, when I was in the emergency room, I was actually having an allergic reaction. And that's what she told me. So,
crazy.
yeah, I'll never forget that day. But anyways, yeah. So, what's new with you? Anything else you want to mention on the podcast?
No.
Oh, I need you guys to solve a debate for us. So the other night it was super hot, and Kurt was telling me just take off your
Oh
socks.
yeah, yeah, because you always sleep with socks on, always.
I need to know how many people that watch this podcast. How many of you guys sleep with socks?
Nope. Honestly, like it. I personally feel like it's such a good feeling. Like, I'll keep them on for a majority of the night after I get home from work when I'm like up doing things. But literally, as soon as I get into bed, like whether I'm gonna stay up and watch TV in bed or whatever, bro, those socks have to come off. And I feel like it's like almost like my feet can breathe.
Well, that's why you get breathable socks.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just because socks are elastics, right? So they're like constricting. So as soon as you take that off, it's just like such a relief.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it, but it is like it's an amazing feeling.
For me, I've always had socks on. Like even when I was like young, like a baby, my mom used to tell me when they try to take off my socks, I would cry till they put it back on. And now even as an adult, like I will go to sleep with my socks on. As soon as I come out the shower, I lotion. The first thing that goes on are my socks.
Yep.
I cannot stand when my feet are so cold. Like even in the summertime when I'm wearing sandals, I carry some socks in my purse.
Yeah.
And then when I'm in the car or something, I put my socks on. And then as soon as I get out the car, I take off my socks and put my sandals on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I don't know. I just love socks. I think they're so comfortable.
And not ankle socks.
I cannot stand ankle socks. If you're an ankle sock person, I need to know, how are you wearing these things?
Yeah.
I love my high socks.
Because your ankles get cold.
Yes. And Chris just laughs at me. Why don't you like high socks? Is it because like you have hair on your legs and it gets itchy?
It
like,
does. I don't know. I feel like after wearing high socks like all day long, I feel like it. I don't know. My legs do get itchy at the end of the day. As soon as I take them off, I'm like, oh my god, and I like have to scratch. I don't know if it's because my legs are dry or what it is.
Well, maybe you should lotion.
Well, maybe I don't know, but either way, I do prefer ankle socks. I do. I don't find my ankles get cold. That is not a problem I have.
When you wear them in shoes, do they not slip off? Because that's a pain in the ass for me. Excuse me for my language, but yes, I cannot stand when my ankle socks start sliding down in the shoes as I'm walking, and then you got to stop, pull up the ankle socks, and that's another reason why I don't like ankle socks.
No, that never happens.
That never happens to you?
No.
Okay, but what about in winter when you're taking off your boot and then your whole sock comes with it?
Yes, that happens. That does happen.
All right then.
Well, I mean, the same thing happens with high socks. They just don't come all the way off. They just get pulled down, and then you have to still pull them back up. Same thing, just.
But it's less likely to happen with high socks. I haven't tried on like the medium length, so I'm gonna see if I like those ones, because now that I have these shoes, the socks that I have are very thick. So I have to go to Walmart and try to find like a thinner sock that I can wear. I'm not getting ankle socks. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. I will find mid-length socks, or I'm going to continue finding like thinner but high socks. Yes.
Yeah.
I need to know, do you sleep with socks? Because I will say that one night where I did take off my socks, I slept very I was so hot. I had like two comforters on top of me. Trumpet was on top of me with all his fur. And then we were sleeping. And then you were sleeping so close to me. So it was just so much body heat. And it was just too much. And then you're like, just take off your socks. I promise you, it will feel so much better. I took off my socks and it was 10 times better. But I cannot do that every night. Like, I tried, like, I know like when you're too hot, you put you stick out your foot on the blanket.
Yep. Yeah, I know, it helps. As soon as you start like overheating, you just stick one foot out and let like the air outside the comforter. You know, it's a little bit cooler. That just like cools down the one foot, and then it just like radiates through your entire body and cools you down.
Yeah. I do that, but I do that with my sock. I just put out one leg. See, I also heard that you're supposed to sleep naked because it regulates your body temperature when you're sleeping, right? And when you obviously have too much layers on, you can't.
Yep.
See, in the wintertime, I have to sleep with a window open or have a fan on. In the summertime, it's just the AC doesn't really work properly in this
Yeah.
house. So,
No, it works. But
yeah, but you have to keep the window
in the
open.
bedroom, yeah,
The bedroom
it's not the
doesn't.
greatest for some reason. In that room specifically, it just doesn't give as much cold air. I don't know why, but
Yeah, so I need to know. There's a poll right now. Do you sleep with socks or are you a non-sock sleeper?
a non-sock sleeper. Wow. Okay.
Well, what's another way to word it?
Do you sleep with or without socks? Simple.
Well, welcome to the podcast where nothing is simple here, okay? Leave me alone. But anyways, yeah, we're just rambling on. It's been a good week. It thunderstormed last night, but now it's sunny. So we're gonna go enjoy our Sunday.
I gotta put my summer tires on it.
Yes, he's going to do that for your car and mine.
Yes. Should only take me about an hour to do both. Anyway, yeah, we'll see you next time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend.
Enjoyed our little rant.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you guys in 2 weeks. Peace.